want you to have the best first week of work ever. And so I'm going to share with you all my tips to make this week stress-free, seamless, and make you the new favorite employee. Yes, stay till the end because I will share with you my tip that I learned in college from a professor. And frankly, he's the only person I've ever heard give this tip. And every time I use it, chef's kiss. So let's get into it. So tip number one, prep as much as possible before you go. Prep your life in certain ways. This is actually going to be tips 1 and 2 kind of combined. But first, prep for the tip 1, prep for the job. The night before, reread the job description. Go over your notes from the interviews. Make sure you reread the instructions of where are you supposed to park? Who are you supposed to meet your first day? What building do you go to? Take all the nerves out by prepping. People get nervous because they don't know what they're supposed to do or because they didn't prep and now the morning comes and they go, wait, where am I supposed to park? It turns out there's 4 parking lots or 4 garages or whatever. Like, look at all that ahead of time so that you can take that anxiety away and get a good night's sleep and be ready to go. And sorry, I maybe didn't make it clear, like, why read the job description again? Why read the notes? It's just sort of helpful for you to kind of remember again, oh yeah, this is what I signed up for. This is what they said they're looking for. I can do these things, or I'm excited for this chance. It sounds sort of silly, but taking 5 minutes to do it is going to make you feel a lot better. It'll take away some nerves. And then my second tip goes with it, but it's not about work. It's about the rest of life. Streamline your life that week, okay? We forget how much energy is taken up learning new tasks, how much exhaustion comes by everything being new. And going into a new job, everything is new. Where you park is new. Who you're meeting is new. The tasks you're doing are new. Everything is new. So there's a lot of fatigue around that. So because of that, how can you make the rest of your life easier that week? Can you prep your week's worth of meals before you go? Decide what you're going to wear every day before the week starts. I'm not a person who does that on the regular. I know some people plan out their whole week's wardrobe every week. I don't do that, but the week that I start a job, I do because I want to take the mental load off. Anything that I can offload mentally before the week begins, I do. So this also might mean like maybe we're not socializing as much that week. Maybe we're not going out the first night or things like that because we know like we're just going to be so freaking exhausted. You might need a little more sleep that week. You might need to check out a little bit more that week when you get home and not be so into deep conversations, right? This isn't the time to have like the intense one-on-one with a family member or your spouse or whatever. Take as much mental load off as possible by streamlining the rest of your life so that work is your focus just for these 5 days. Oh, also simple things like just pack your bag the night before, pack your lunch the night before, come with snacks, right? Like fill your water bottle, get all that done so that you don't have to worry about it. Okay, next tip, make a memorable first impression. So we're going to show up a little bit early. We are going to smile and confidently give eye contact with everyone we meet. Or if it's virtual, you're going to smile and give eye contact to your camera lens, right? You're going to speak clearly and say your name. Ask theirs again if you didn't hear it properly. That's okay. Give a firm handshake. I asked on LinkedIn, handshakes do seem to be back. So make sure you are doing those things to give a great first impression. And then with it, take notes. Make sure you're taking notes of who each person was you met with and the things they're telling you to do, which leads to the next tip. Another huge way to give a great first impression and have a great first week is to take thorough notes, okay? So when you meet with someone, what role do they have? How do you work together? If you're trained on something, write down the steps, write down the questions you have that get those clarified, and then write down those answers. Take clear notes. I have a whole other video on this about what to never do at work. Can you guess what it is? But we go into this farther on that one, so I'll put a link to it here and at the end. But you want to make sure you're taking good notes. This is going to signal to people, wow, he or she really cares about doing a good job. They are taking great notes. They care about what I'm saying. It's going to give a great first impression. Okay, next tip, maximize downtime. If you have ever started a job before, you've probably seen that first week there will be these weird periods of time where no one has scheduled you for anything, where you're not in a meeting, you're not in a training, there's just odds and ends where you don't have tasks yet, so you don't have a lot to do. So maximize that downtime. Take those notes and type them into a process or a checklist. Review them, review who you met with, watch some trainings online, get familiar with their platforms and softwares. Is there a tutorial you can watch to learn that software they haven't taught you yet, right? But that you use. Think about how you can maximize your downtime to make yourself a really great employee during this week and beyond. Okay, next tip, initiate new connections. So it is very easy your first week of work to go, well, I'm the new kid. Shouldn't people be reaching out to me? And you would hope that's the case, but it often is not. At least it's not past, hey, nice to meet you, new person. What's your name? Great, I'm so-and-so, and that's it. So you're unfortunately going to have to initiate, but this is going to show great leadership on your part that you're not afraid to do this. Find some people and ask them to lunch, or ask somebody if they have 15 minutes later in the day so you can learn more about their role. Some companies will set this up for you. I've been in situations where they're like, oh yeah, you have meetings with everyone in the department, and they set it up. Other times they give you the list of people and say, schedule these people to have Zoom interviews with them, or in-person coffees, or just time in their office. That's a great thing to do in that downtime too, is schedule those. One thing to know with those is, I remember the first time I had to do it, I felt really nervous and like I was really bothering people, and I forgot that they're used to this. They know this is part of their job oh yeah, that new person started, they're gonna make an appointment with me, I'm gonna share what I do. That's fine. They know it, so don't be afraid to get time on their calendar. But if that isn't made for you, initiate those connections. And then let me know in the comments, do you struggle with what to ask in those meetings? If so, we could do a whole other video about it, but let me know I don't know if that's something you need or not. So let me know in the comments if you'd like a video solely on what do I ask in those initial meetings? Okay, and then the sweet tip that I got from a professor back in the day that I use in every job, at the end of the first week on that Friday, you're going to bring donuts or Costco muffins or something sweet, something nice. Put it in the pantry, put it in the break room, put it at reception, whatever's the communal spot. And you're gonna leave within a note that says, thanks so much for making me feel so welcome this week. I'm excited to be a part of the team. Treats today are on me, or donuts on me, or whatever, with your name. If they did make you feel welcome, great. If they didn't, they're gonna feel guilty and be like, oh, dang, we could have been nicer to her, right? It'll be a little bit of a wake-up call for them. But either way, you come out looking great. Also, yes, is this something that's going to make you look really good in the eyes of your department, your team, etc.? Yes. But is it also just nice to be a person who practices gratitude and is thankful for this new experience and wants to give a great first impression? Yes, that is part of it too. So it can be both authentic and a motivator for giving a great first impression at the same time, okay? Now, if you're virtual, this is a little harder to do. You could instead just send a message in Slack or to email, just thanking everyone for a great first week and how you appreciated getting to meet everybody and being part of the team. It doesn't need to be long, keep it brief, 3 to 4 sentences max, but something to just signal you're excited to be there. But if you're in person, spend the $15 to $20 on those donuts, pastries, etc. It's gonna go really far. Now, if you need more help on how to be a great employee, I have a whole playlist for you over here with some other great tips. And if you're still looking to get the job and you were doing this just to learn some stuff just in preparation, go check out my free interview prep checklist in the description box below to know how to land that role you love. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.